I'm Sara Corry, and I'm one of the film's producers.
Tanse, Cody Lightning. I'm from Samson Cree First Nation in Musqueam, Alberta, Canada, Treaty 6 territories. I am the co-writer, director, and lead actor for Hey Viktor. Hey Viktor is a mockumentary based on the child actors of the film Smoke Signals that came out in 1998. It's an iconic film in the First Nations community, and I was recognized very heavily through my teenage years and even now as a grown man as Viktor from Smoke Signals. Even though I've done several projects since, they don't care about that. It's always Hey Viktor from Smoke Signals.
Hey Viktor!
Yeah, Hey Viktor! And my co-writer, Sam Miller, he didn't quite believe the hype of being called Viktor all the time, especially in my home community. And I took him to the casino and walking around, everyone, oh, hey Viktor, and he's like, you weren't kidding. I was like, I told you, man, this is a part of who I am. So yeah, that's kind of where it started from.
And then when we meet Cody in Hey Viktor, you know, it's 25 years later, and in his mind, he's just as famous as he was, and he still has all those accolades. And we meet him when he is trying to save his family, save his career, and put out the spiritual sequel, Smoke Signals 2, Still Smoking.
Yeah. The early days of like the seeds being planted for this project happened about maybe 15 years ago when I was living in Boise, Idaho with a bunch of other filmmakers in a really big house. And it was just a joke. If we would go out to a bar or a restaurant and let's say the service was kind of crummy or taking forever, my buddy would be like, let's go punch the waiter in the face and tell him you're Viktor. Like, I just as like cheap jokes. And then that kind of sparked, you know, the idea of things. And then my other producer, Joshua Jackson, heard about Imagine Native Film Festival. They were giving out like 1 or 2 grants for short films, and we're like, let's pitch this thing as a short. We didn't get the funding, but a lot of people that were in that pitch session were like, this is an amazing idea. This is hilarious. It's so unique, original. There's nothing like this being made with Indigenous cinema. You guys need to stay active with this. This could be a series or it could be a feature film. So we were like, oh man. So then that's when I linked up with Sam Miller, who is shooting a music video with my friend Chris Blair, who goes by Lost Boy Crow. And we linked and hit it off. He goes, I love that idea. And so he made a few trips up and we wrote that thing. And you know, there's a lot of, in Indigenous cinema, because I grew up as an actor, there's a lot of the same types of films, what I call leathers and feathers projects. There was like period pieces. There's a lot of very informative projects coming out that are educational, informative, that are like political, you know. My friend Sarah Eaglehart has a film called Lakota Nation versus United States about the pipelines and all that stuff. And that's really great, but the content is heavy. Or loss of language and culture and land, residential school stuff. And those are great, but I want to laugh.
Sam and Cody approached us, it feels like eons ago. You know, the email sounded interesting, and we were like, okay, let's give these guys a shot. So once we got to know them, my producing partner Kyle Thomas and I, you know, we just decided this is subject matter, content-wise, that we had never done before. So we thought, you know, we really get along with all these guys. This is, we could tell from the first time reading the script that this is a very special project, and we just, you know, we knew that it was going to be probably a whole lot of fun, and we wanted to be involved right away. It was pretty no-brainer, actually. But I can say that, you know, as an independent producer, you know, like one of your biggest skills or attributes that you can have is rolling with the punches, for sure, and being able to just flow, and that definitely happened quite a few times. You know, you can make as many plans as you want to make, but in order to keep things moving, you know, you learn about yourself that you gotta roll with it.
And for myself, I learned a lot about just putting myself out there and exposing myself in a very vulnerable way. I'm full-blown nude in the film. There's lots of drugs and alcohol. There's lots of profanity. So yeah, it also just not holding back and not watering down anything that you don't want to, sticking true to what your vision is, and then also having an amazing team, which my team was incredible. It was a very well-oiled machine, and just having that team spirit. This is my directorial debut, so it was new for me, but I worked a lot of in scene with the other actors and just try to keep the flow going. And my first AD, Carly McTavish, and my executive producer and co-writer, Sam Miller, they were doing more technical, and if we just try to keep things going. And so that was new for me as well.
How do you feel about the future of Indigenous representation in Canadian cinema, and what else do you think we could do better?
Sarah? No.
Look, I would say one thing, it would be great to just see more volume, more access. Let's have an opportunity for more genres to become present and give them a voice too.
For our Indigenous youth or young filmmakers that are coming up, to not be afraid to express yourself in whatever form that is. Like, we got denied funding how many times? It's like, shoot, should we just change it to like a drama or something like that? And like, no, we're gonna stay at it, and we're not gonna give up, and it paid off. So I would love to see more raw and edgy and things that, push the boundaries and could offend some people, piss people off, who knows? But don't be afraid to make it. Deal with that down the line. You can't please everyone.
Just keep going, really, for real, because there's going to be a lot of doors, or there's going to be a lot of rejection letters. But if you really love it and you really want to do it, you will just keep going. Eventually, you find like-minded people that you want to make cool stuff with, dope stuff. Dope stuff.
Dope stuff.
As the kids say these days.
I'm kind of, lucky and fortunate in a way where I'm used to having rejection, because I grew up in the film industry as an actor. So I got told no a lot. So I had a little thicker of skin. But for someone like, let's say you got a group of teenagers that want to make something cool from a reserve that aren't used to that type of rejection, it can be pretty discouraging, and you just give up. And it's tough to have that resilience, but we are resilient people. Indigenous people were very resilient. And, linking with like-minded people, like Sarah said, and just, having faith that everyone's gonna do their jobs. And my anxiety levels were going nuts. Where like, what if I screw up? Well, do I deserve this? Or, oh no. And my mom's like, you busted your ass for this, and your whole team's come together. Now you have to trust them. And I did, and it paid off. And now we're getting shown all over the world. We have distribution, and it's like, there's times where I'll just be laying there like, we did it. We're here. We did the damn thing, like.
Come see the movie. Yeah. Stream it, however you get it.
Playing Calgary International Film Fest, Edmonton International Film Fest, world premiered at Tribeca. We showed it at TIFF. We're going all over the dang place, Vancouver. So honored and blessed, and yeah, it'll be in theaters throughout Canada.
March 2024.
March 2024, and then we're gonna be on Crave, so people are gonna be able to watch it all over. So yeah, check it out, and yeah, hopefully it inspires you, and yeah, have a laugh.